Welcome to Shorts Beyond Measure, where fashion, interiors, and psychology get the stylish, savvy, and slightly therapeutic touch.
We're Tara West, Caroline Baltz, and Allison Goldberg, a fashion stylist and 2 interior designers who are also trained as psychotherapists.
So let's get into what's trending, what's tired, and what's actually worth your time. Because good style and good decisions should never be short-lived.
And we're back! It's 2026! Woohoo! We did it! Wait, has it been a year that we've worked together?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I remember
I don't remember.
Well, I remember I was away and we started talking via text about doing this together. So soon.
Oh my God, it's our anniversary?
It might be.
Well, when
Steve,
was
what
your
did you
girls'
get
trip?
us?
Because you had just been on a girls' trip, one of our
was it
first
together?
podcasts.
Oh, then maybe it was more like February. But
Okay.
it's soon.
Wait, we should have a party. Who wants to come to the Shorts Beyond Measure 1-year anniversary party?
Dave. Just Dave.
I'll be there.
A party of 4.
And our other listener that Caroline said we had. It's a 5-person party.
Oh my gosh.
Did you guys have a nice break?
Oh my gosh, it's been great. Really relaxing.
Yeah,
What about you?
It was nice. We were in Florida, got to see my parents, got to see some friends, and back to the cold.
Back to the cold. Well, we went on an adventure. We went to
know.
Brazil, to Iguazu Falls, and to Argentina.
That's
Amazing.
crazy.
And it was really,
Amazing.
really amazing. My kids want to see the 7 wonders of the world. And when I told Allison that, she thought you didn't think I was serious.
Oh, I just thought it was the most amazing idea, but I'm like, how do you pay that, pull that off?
Right.
Thanks, Kevin.
So we went with my brother from LA, we've never traveled with them, so that was fun.
That's always interesting.
It was very
We're going to dig into that.
Yeah,
I hope you don't
story
listen
there.
to us, brother.
I hope they don't listen either because I got a lot to say. But it was so amazing, and my kids are at an age where it's fun. Like they can have a cocktail. Well, in those countries, you can really have a cocktail when you're 5.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But
I should have lived there.
It's a lot of meat heavy, so I will not be eating steak for a very long time. A lot of travel. There was a lot of travel. And so there was this one experience I have to share with you guys because I'm sure people listening could appreciate this. Now, my kids are older, so there hasn't been like a situation where somebody has like wet themselves or anything, but
Maybe after a few drinks.
Here we go.
so we are going from Brazil to Iguazu Falls, and the flight's super early. You have to get up at like 4 because the flight's at 5, something crazy. And I could tell Penelope wasn't feeling like 100%. It's usually Sienna, my older one, but Penelope was a little off. So you have to take a bus from the gate to the plane. And I'm watching her, and mother's instinct. So I say to Kevin, I need a bag. Hand me a bag. Quick. So he gives me a paper bag, and she gets sick in the bag. The bottom of the bag breaks.
Oh, no. Ew.
And I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
Did it break on you?
It broke on her lap.
Okay.
And mind you, it's 100 degrees in this bus. It's packed like sardines. And I don't know what to do. So I do the dumbest thing ever. I take water and I put it on the floor. So now it's going everywhere.
Oh, my God. Wait, were there other people on the bus,
It's
too?
packed, Allison. It's packed.
Oh, my God. They all hate you.
And I'm dying and I don't know what to do. But also I'm like, if they know she's sick, they might not let her on the plane. And there's only like one flight there.
yeah.
So I don't know what to do. So I see Sienna watching us and you could tell she's getting nervous. And I'm like, oh, shit, here we go. So I don't know what to do. So I say to Penelope, just get off the bus and I'll deal with the bag. So I shove the bag under the seat because I don't know what to do.
You left it on the
I don't know what
bus?
to do. So we run off the bus like a jerk. I'm a jerk.
Yeah.
But the people around me were very
Stupid
sweet.
Americans.
Yeah, and nobody speaks English. It's Portuguese, so it's not even my English, Spanish,
Stupido
whatever.
Americans.
Will not even work. So I'm like, they're smiling at me like, oh, that sucks for her,
Yeah.
So Hudson and Sienna go, I don't even know where. All of a sudden, Penelope and I are off, and I hear Hudson go, Mom, Sienna's dead. I'm like, what? So I run up, I'm knocking people off, running up on the plane. She had fainted. And so,
my
because of
God.
Penelope,
Can
because
I
she
just
got so
say
worked up.
That's such a male reaction to be like, she's dead.
I know. like he doesn't understand. He's only 15 and she was white. She just went down on the ground.
Yeah.
So now I'm
So
like, I don't
scary.
even know who to deal with at this point. So I put her in first class.
my girl.
And then, of course, everybody in first class was a doctor, so they were helping me and whatever. And then Penelope came up and I said, girls, just go sit down and don't shit yourself until we take off, because I don't want to miss the flight.
No more bodily
But
fluids.
how crazy is that?
That's crazy.
It was crazy. It just took me back to when they were little and like anything could happen and you just have to be like on and aware.
Yeah, but you didn't have your diaper bag with a change of clothes and some wet wipes.
I know, but it was fun. But that was crazy.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. I know. I know.
Man.
So we learned a lot that day. Like, always have pretzels and some plastic bags.
Okay, I was just going to say, what would you do differently? Like, okay, so you poured water on it and then it started going down the whatever. But like, what else would you have done?
I don't know. Well, I was asking for napkins. So at one point I'm on my hands and knees cleaning. It was a shit show, literally.
Starting 2026 on our hands and knees.
Oh, boy.
Is that how you started yours?
I wish.
But anyways, mom moments, right? So, so we can all relate to that, I think, in some regard.
Yes, but you're right. I am in a very different phase of parenting. I don't worry about bodily fluids on a daily basis.
No.
Or having extra snacks in your bag. Or maybe you'll have a granola bar because you bought one, but it's not like a necessity,
Yeah.
You know what? You can take some from Dave's basket and just keep them in your purse if you want. Right, Dave?
That's true.
Yeah, those are $2.75 a piece, by the way. All right, you can have it.
But otherwise, it was a great trip.
That sounds, I mean, your pictures look amazing.
It was fun.
And great outfits, too.
Oh, yeah. I worked on those.
Did you?
I had to.
I loved, like, the bathing suits with the cover-ups, and then, like, everything just goes.
Yeah, it took some time. That's stressful.
Yeah.
It's a stressful one because you know that people are watching, but you also want people to enjoy it.
But are your kids as well dressed as you?
So I overpacked, of course, but because every night my girls are wearing my clothes because they don't pack. They don't pack.
They know mom will have it.
Right, mom have it. I actually use Taffa Hudson's suitcase. But I do, I love fashion and I think it's fun to pack for things like this, and I want people to also enjoy. But also I want people to know, like, if they were to travel, I could help them too. Right?
All right, where have you been then? I travel and you never pack me.
I love that sheer cover up that you had.
Yeah,
that,
the white. Yeah, that's a good one. That was Ronnie Brooke, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't expose myself to the sun anymore, really, because of my age, and so I like to have like a breathable cover up.
Right. Makes sense.
Anyways, what else?
What are we talking about today, Caroline?
All right. So this came out of a listener that gave us some feedback after listening to some of our podcasts. And she said, she's like, wow, like, who writes that for you? And like, how does it all work and whatever? And I'm like, writes it for us? Nothing is scripted. Like, we just kind of go. And it made me think, like, maybe sort of sharing with listeners our process, how we've come to be where we are. You have some strong feelings and like instincts about podcasts. I thought maybe we kind of ground things there since we've never really talked about it.
Yeah, well, personally, when I'm scripted, I feel like I sound scripted. And also then I focus so much on what I should be saying rather than it be organic. And I just feel like in this scenario, you, Caroline, come up with the topics, but I feel like we can then add organically the conversation.
Did you say gorganically?
Gorganically. It's a new word I picked up.
Okay, I was like, did she just stutter? I'm so confused.
Organically. It's my Spanish.
Your Portuguese is
My
creeping in.
Portuguese.
Can you imagine if we had writers, though? Like, I feel like my writer would get fired. It's a little too inappropriate.
Definitely, yeah. Well, when I feel like one of our first conversations, we had a phone call together when you were segueing off from just doing shorts and thinking about a phase 2 for it. And I remember you saying, like, people know, like, the audience knows if it's really scripted. So you were saying, like, I really like when it's organic and it feels much more like it has a rhythm that way.
I think there's less pressure, too.
Yeah,
like, especially, first of all, we have 3 people, so there's never any, like, silence, right? Like, someone can always jump in. But also, like, if I'm memorizing a script, I'm just going to screw up the whole time.
Right. Well, then you're so focused on what you should be saying, and that I feel the same way. So when it's similar when I do live television, I'm so much better than I am when I have been taped, because I think when I have live, I have one chance. It's one chance. I say to myself the whole way, Tara, you cannot fuck this up. You have one chance. But then if I'm being recorded for something, it's like, you think too much, and then
Yeah.
you know, I guess it's just mentally like you have more chances, or it doesn't have to be as good. And I think for this, it's like we don't want to be so focused on what we say. It's not the actual content of what we say, really. It's the flow of what's
just
happening.
really good friends and funny. Don't actually listen to the words, please.
But I think Dave, do you think most podcasts are organic, or do you think people script
Organic.
Organic?
Well, there's scripted, there's non-scripted, and then there's maybe a hybrid where the scripted ones, I mean, you can tell the good scripted ones are the ones that are like the true crime podcast, right? But that's a horse of a different color completely, right? But what you guys do is the best way to go for a regular weekly podcast, in my opinion, which is that you want it to sound like a good natural conversation. A radio producer once told me, good radio is supposed to sound like you're listening in on somebody else's conversation. That's why you like it. You kind of want to hear what they're going to say next. And so if it's scripted, and then the hybrid I'm talking about is really the wrong word for it. There are some podcast hosts that are so married to their questions list that they go when they interview, like when you guys interview a guest, it's just you pop in with a question here, pop in with a question there. And some podcasters will they have a list of questions they want to get through, which is a huge mistake because then you're not listening to what the other person's saying. And so you lose that true conversation. But
that actually happened to me before. I was interviewed, like a very personal conversation about my life, and she was just going off of her list of questions,
like
and there was no follow-up. And I think maybe what's good about the three of us is we were therapists, so we really do listen. And I think that when you listen, you know what the next question should be because you're listening to the conversation.
Right.
And when that podcast aired, a lot of people close to me were so pissed. They were like, she didn't even hear what you said. She was just going to the next thing. So it was like, it almost took away from the meaning of the conversation.
And you have to be ready for those unscripted moments because, like, if you're asking somebody, so what did you do before you became an author? And it's like, well, I went to college like everybody else, worked in finance for a little while, spent a year in Costa Rica, but, that's a whole nother story. And then I started working on my first novel. And it's like, if you're paying attention, you're like, well, wait a minute.
Let's talk about
we
Costa
got time.
Rica.
What exactly happened in Costa Rica? Maybe it's nothing, but maybe it's like the most interesting part of the show.
Right. Right. Like before when you said I traveled with my brother, and we'll get back to that.
Yeah. I do want to hear about that.
Absolutely. The good stuff.
The good stuff.
Can I ask you, do you, the listeners might be interested in knowing how much we cut out, which is almost nothing, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
I think one time we bleeped someone's name.
Yeah. And that's usually at the request of a guest. That'll happen now and again. But do you guys ever worry that you're sharing too much personal stuff on the podcast?
I worry that I'm not sharing enough.
That is a scary thought, Allison.
Yes, that is very frightening.
There's been moments where maybe I think, oh, that was pretty vulnerable, like what I said about my last one, because I was in a moment of time. But I feel like it's real, and I think that if you're going to be real, and it's not like I'm hurting anybody. That's the thing, and we're not hurting anybody. We're just speaking from the heart.
Those are the best ones. I wrote a column for like 10 years for Lawyers Weekly, and the column I got more comments on was I wrote one on Mother's Day. My mom was applying to be a judge, so I wrote an open letter to the governor. Here's why you should make my mom a judge. It was all personal stuff about mom. Everybody loved that one. They didn't love like the so-called smart stuff I was doing.
Right.
So.
Probably wasn't that smart. Just kidding, Dave. I'm going to be nice. It's 2026. It's a new Allison.
I don't know. You've been on him since he started.
I have to make up for lost time. We haven't seen him in a month?
More than a month, I think, right? Something like that.
But we do always love listeners' feedback because that's how you grow and that's how you know what people are interested in. And so I'm glad that we have one listener that gave us some feedback.
No, but the analytics, I was running them through like different chats, whatever. And what I found is that people really liked our work-life balance podcast. They really liked the original story one. Those were popular ones. Our Christy Cashman and different guests that we've had, people like that. But I asked to kind of look at what our listener profile is, and they're conscious consumers is what it came up with.
Oh,
and
that's not me. Click, click, click.
Yeah.
Add to cart.
But I feel like what it was saying, people like to hear the psychology piece. It's a little different, but they're not listening for the content. They're listening for, our chemistry or the way, when you're zipping around the grocery store, you can listen to shorts because it is short, number one. And number two, we kind of feel like they're peers, they're friends, they're people that if they were talking to us, they would chime in the conversation and be part of it.
Right. They feel like they feel it's relatable. It's relatable.
Yeah. But going back to our process, the process is basically Caroline comes up with all the subjects that we're talking about, kind of creates some notes on it, sends it out, and then nobody opens it.
Or we tried to, but we couldn't last night.
Oh my gosh, yes, Tara. I was actually saying how funny that was because I thought I was the only one that didn't open her notes, but she sent the notes out, and and Tara writes back, I'm like, great, thanks so much. And for the first time ever, I opened the notes, and it's like these essays that she's writing to, like, you know, for her son to get into private school. And like, oh, Tara doesn't read them either.
Well, I was like, oh, I'll just say it and then I'll read it later, but I couldn't open it. Got. Well, anyways, thank you guys for listening. It's going to be a great 2026, and I can't wait to see who we have on the podcast and to work more with you ladies.
Yeah, so excited.
It's so fun. Thanks for trusting me in the process.
Thanks for not getting mad that we don't read your notes. But by the way, the podcast would not be successful without them. So thank you.
True that.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's it for this week's Shortlist. Thanks for listening.
If you enjoyed today's conversation, share it, leave a review, or let us know what's on your shortlist.
Shorts beyond measure, because the most important things in life can't be quantified.